It's showtime. Hi, everybody. Woolly, 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 woolly. We are here today again with BYO Spirit Paranormal, Miss Paula.
Hi,
and
guys.
There's Paula. And we've got a special guest, Marta, coming in. And let me say my hellos to everybody so we can get this going. Beth, hugs. Chaos, Crystal, hugs. Irish Steve, of course, my doll. Beth, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Capitan, hugs. Gemini, hugs. Oh, let me see. We got Spirit Walking Kelly. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you for that DM. That was so sweet of you. Let me see. Juan, hello. Red Road Runner, hello. Embry, my doll. Trisha, Freak Show, hello. Boss Man, hello. Emily, Bev. You guys, we've got one hell of a show tonight for you. Carrie, doll. And, I want you all to make sure that you go to BYO Spirit Paranormal. And here is her channel. Let me see. Let me make sure that this is, yes, that is the one, folks. And you need to make sure that you guys let me see. Let me pull up the chat again. Make sure that you guys do me a favor, will you please? And there it is. Thank you, Chaos. That you guys do me a favor and make sure that you show them some love. Go over there and go over there and click that like button or click that button and make sure that you guys hit this sub button on there for me, will you please? And hit that bell so that you know when they come on. They are transforming over here. Oh, okay. All right. They're going to be, hang on, let me go make sure oops, my bad. Okay, let me get to her email again. Be like, oh, Spirit. All right. There you go. I'm going to send it again. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get all this taken care of. Hi, Carrie. Anyway, you guys go over there and show them some love. Let's get them some numbers coming up. Hit that bell button so that we know when they come on live, okay? There she is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There she is.
Hi, Marta.
Hi.
How are you, doll?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm just fair to middling today.
Well, that's good. That's
Listen,
very
everybody,
good.
I want to introduce Marta, and I am so excited. Now, I have been waiting to get you on here, Marta, for a long time. Bless Paula's heart. She finally did her magic and got you on.
She did. She cast one of her spells on me.
I'm so glad to see you with you. Now, can you tell me? I know what it is, but I want you to tell me what your title is.
I am a medium, and I'm also a master hypnotherapist and an auric healer as well.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
and
cool.
She's a psychic.
Yes, all mediums are psychic, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
Okay.
Captain said somebody's feeding back. So let me. Do y'all have your YouTube? Let me see.
You have
Muted.
to mute YouTube, Marta. YouTube, Marta.
Hi, everybody.
Can you see me?
Yeah, Lynn,
Yeah.
we're getting it.
Okay, that's fine. I'll wait and introduce myself to everybody once we.
Yeah, if you can go into like your YouTube, instead of the Hangouts, just go to your YouTube where you had to, where my channel is, and hit the mute button up on that window.
Okay, one moment.
No. Oh, what happened?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you
I
hear
think
me?
you hit your picture, babe.
I was gonna say she hit her camera.
Yeah.
One moment. I'm figuring this out. I'm new.
You're
so
doing
just bear
great,
with
Marta.
me on this.
You're doing great, Marta. No worries. We got the best crew in the house.
So you're oh, here we go. Under Uber. What's your title?
Ubergooberlady.
Gotcha.
You may have to. Do you have a headset at all?
I have my ear plug in.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Right here.
Okay. Can you turn your camera back on now? It's at the very top of your screen, of the Google Hangouts screen.
Mm.
Can you turn your camera back on now? It's at the very top of your screen, of the Google Hangouts screen. Captain, you're so funny.
Here I come.
We're getting there. There she is.
Okay, are we good?
Now, it's still feeding back. So not the one that we're showing your picture on, but do you have YouTube pulled up?
I do. But when I'm on my phone, so you will not lose me, but it will go blank as I go into YouTube.
Okay. Can you get out of your YouTube? Not the Google Hangouts, but the YouTube itself?
I was in there.
Okay. I'm just seeing if you can't mute that.
One moment.
Because we're getting feedback. If not, what we can do is you've got your headset in.
I do. I'm trying to find the
It's the Google page with my what's the word I'm looking for?
It's your live stream.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm on that page. Goober Nation, Paranormal Live,
Okay.
BYO Spirit.
Can you mute that?
You have to mute that one. Hit the speaker.
Oh, we did it! Yay!
No, we
It
didn't.
Oh,
Where is it located on the screen? Because I
see where the picture is? Okay, it's right down below the picture on the screen to the left. Where the pause and start is, then there's a little speaker.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. We're getting it, guys. Did you find it, Marta?
I see it. I'm hitting it, but it's not.
It's not crossing off for you?
No, it's not. One moment. Let me make it large and see if it'll do it for me then.
Oh, there you go.
How about now?
Da-da-da. Bingo. Nope.
No, it's echoing. No, we got it.
Is it good?
You're good now. Now.
Okay. So
Now go back over to Hangout.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
How's that?
Yay!
Did it work?
It's still echoing?
Ta-da!
Paula, did you have yours done? You have yours done?
Yep.
Well, this is weird. I don't know what's going on. Hang on just a minute. We'll find out where it's coming from. Can I have you mute your mic in Google Hangouts, Paula? Okay, can we hear anything now? Okay, Paula, it's not you. Come back on. Marta, can you mute your mic on Google Hangouts, please? It's just at the top of your screen, and it's a little microphone.
How's that?
No, I can still hear you. Not your screen,
the camera.
That was
the camera.
Your speaker, honey.
Yeah, I hit it. One moment here.
No. Hello? There you go. Yeah, that's where our problem is. Okay, so what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to have to work around this because we don't know what the problem is. So we're getting it worked out, everybody. This is just trial and error. Is she still here?
Yeah, but she's...
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. And Marta, you can come back on, honey. Go ahead and come back on. I'm wondering if why this is not. Can I have you leave and come back in again?
Sure.
Maybe that'll take care of it.
Or she could close YouTube totally. Would that?
Yeah, she could close YouTube out. Sure.
She just wouldn't be able to see the chat.
If she wants to close YouTube out, she can sure do that.
How's this? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, honey. You're still feeding back. Do you think you can close out YouTube?
Uh-oh, she dropped.
Oh, no, the wrong one. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to wait.
With it.
We're going to wait till she comes back. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. It was a haunted home property. Let me see. Still affected by spirits around. This home was a mix of spirits, serious, harmful, and nasty. Yes, Canuck lady. I know it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's already done that, Peggy. So I don't know. We're just going to have her try to get out of it. So see if that doesn't help some. But she said she muted it and it's still feeding back. So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know. But I'm excited to have her here. I cannot wait.
I am too.
I hope she's not getting frustrated.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, until Marta comes back, we could talk about shadow people a little bit if you want to.
Let's do that. And y'all remember Paula.
Hey,
sweet Paula.
I know that in some of your past live streams, everybody had a lot of questions and were really freaked out about shadow people. And let's see. Marta's back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
feeding back.
Yes, ma'am.
I closed YouTube out.
Hmm.
I closed YouTube all the way out.
Okay. Can you unplug your headset and see if that makes any difference?
Now,
Wow, it
Great.
worked.
That worked. The
There you
headset
go.
was the issue.
okay, so be gone, headset.
Be
So
gone.
sorry.
Be gone, demon. Be gone.
That's right. That's probably what it was.
Oh my gosh.
A demon. Are we good?
Yay!
Yay.
Okay. Goodness gracious.
Well,
It's been
everybody,
one of
welcome
those days.
Marta. Bless her heart.
It's just been one of those days. So I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
Are we in? Are we ready to
We are
go?
ready to rock
We're
and roll.
ready to rock
You
and
know what?
roll.
I'm going to give you all the rope. I'm going to let you lead and do what you need to do because I'm all ears. I am so excited. I can't barely stand it.
Well,
So,
I'll kind of
Okay.
lead into this a little bit. And you guys, I am so excited. You've seen me on here, you know, a couple of times, and I've always mentioned the psychic supreme Marta that started BYO Spirit. Marta and I, believe it or not, we have never met. I call her my sister of the soul. She is just such a phenomenal lady and such a gifted psychic medium. I just can't tell you how glad I am to have her on here tonight and that Uber had us on tonight. So Marta wanted to kind of talk to you guys about, you know, being a psychic medium, about what to look for in one, about spirits, and everything that you guys have been asking about in the past live streams. And then hang around because we have a little special announcement toward the end too. So with that, everybody, show Marta some love because I am so glad she's here tonight.
yay, Marta.
Hi, I'm very excited. So I like to say hello to everybody, and I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Marta. I am a medium and a master hypnotherapist and a certified auric healer. And tonight I will cover the basics on psychics and mediums. And if you have any questions during this time, please place them in the comment fields and I will answer them in the order in which they're received. If I have not answered your question by the end of the show, I will place the answer in the comment field following the show. Right?
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Uber lady for letting me join you tonight. And thank you, Miss Paula, my sidekick. I'm very appreciative of this time. I'm excited. So let's begin. Is there a difference between a psychic and a medium? Yes, there is. A psychic gives messages on past, present, and future. For example, if one would like to know about their career, or another example, their love life, then it is a psychic that you seek. A medium proves the continuity of the afterlife, meaning if you would like to receive a message from a loved one that has passed, then you would want a medium. Also, all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. Okay? In selecting a reader, to me, when you select a reader, of course, first and foremost, you want referrals. And it's best not to always accept referrals from their families or best friends, because they're a little bit prejudiced and biased on that. So first and foremost, you want to read any comments. Usually people have reviews. You have psychics and mediums and they get reviews. You want to read the reviews on the medium or the psychic. And you want to get a sense or a feeling. You got to trust. This is when your gut feeling comes in. You have to trust it. And you also want to ask questions, but you want to look at their picture too. Have you ever just looked at someone's picture and you're like, I like them, you know? Or it might be completely the opposite and you're like, no, not them. So go with your instincts. Do your homework on your psychics. You want to read their comments. You want to read referrals. You want to ask questions. And after you do that, of course, go back and look at their picture, because sometimes you get an instant connection with somebody. And that's one of the first things. The second thing, you want to look for their gifts, meaning, do they use tarot cards or runes or a pendulum? Or maybe they don't use any tools and their gifts are that of clairvoyant. I'm clairvoyant. I'm shown. I can see. I'm also an empath, and I sense and I feel. So psychics and mediums, we all have the gifts, but you want to be drawn to that gift. My friend Paula, she does tarot cards. She's my tarot reader. And I don't use tools, but I'm clairvoyant. And I'm also an empath, which means I sense and I feel. Okay. So whatever you're drawn to, do your homework on your psychic, read the comments, read their reviews, talk to people, then look at their gifts and see which one you're drawn to. Because, there is a psychic and medium for everybody. But really, really do your homework and use your gut instincts finding the right reader. Take your time, because everybody gets really excited about getting a reading.
Right.
And they jump right in it without doing their homework. Really, really do your research on a reader. But do select based on how you feel. Okay, there are readers, psychics. They'll specialize. Some will specialize in just careers. Others will specialize in love readings. So there are readers that specialize in certain areas as well. My second thing I want to talk to you, once you have selected your reader, I want you to pay attention to a couple of things. First and foremost, a great reader will not ask a lot of questions. Okay?
They won't ask what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
They won't ask a lot of questions. A great reader, won't ask a lot of questions. It doesn't mean they are not a reader. It just means they are not, I use the word seasoned. Okay? They're probably new and they have not learned to trust in spirit yet. It doesn't mean they're not a good reader. They're still learning.
Right.
They're still learning. So whatever they're being shown or whatever they're receiving, they'll ask a question. Like, oh, does he have brown hair? Does he have brown eyes? You know, instead of stating, I have a male spirit that has stepped forward, he has brown hair and brown eyes. See, there's a difference between, does he have brown hair and does he? So usually they're new and they're still learning their gifts. And it's trusting in spirit. So just be aware of that. Like I said, it doesn't mean they're a bad reader, but they're new. Okay. They just need to work more with spirit. One of the biggest fears, and this is for a new reader as well, is one of the biggest fear of any reader is being wrong. Thus the questions. Okay. And they're still learning. I've been doing it for 30 plus years, and it's always a learning. It's always a learning. I will do readings, and I call it down for maintenance, and where I won't receive anymore, but Spirit's preparing me to either enhance my gift or add another gift. It is always a learning process for the reader. Another thing that a reader should never ever do is give death calls, meaning we do not say when someone is going to pass away. They are not God. And a lot of that is ego. There's a lot of readers with big egos, but that is not their place. We do not give death calls. That is not their place. That's God's place. A woman had come into a spiritual church that I attended in Las Vegas. She just came in, and after the service, she approached one of the members and told this woman that her husband was going to die in 4 months. Now think of what this woman went through for 4 months. Right. Just think about what you have just initially done as reader. And did her husband pass away in 4 months? He did not. He did not. And that was not her place, but that was ego. Do we receive when someone is going to pass away? I have. Do I give that message? It's not my place. You know, when it is time, then God will take them home. It's not my call. It's nobody's call but his. Okay. And third, we are not doctors. We do not diagnose. Okay. It's not our place. It's not our place. I mean, I've received messages where they're showing me like peas, you know, and peas have different properties and nutrients. Okay. I could tell her, you need to take more B12, you know, or more calcium. Again, I'm diagnosing. Or I just say, I'm shown peas. You might want to read the properties on those, the nutrients on those, and leave it alone. You just leave it alone. The best reading you can get from any reader is simply asking, what does Spirit want me to know at this time? Let Spirit guide you. I consider my readings healings, because if I give you a psychic reading, I'm going to put you on the right path again, the right spiritual path. We all have a spiritual path. So when I receive from Spirit, I consider it as a healing. You know, this is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to correct. This is a psychic reading, of course. And then there's a mediumship reading, which when you give a message to the sitter, the person receiving the message, a reading from a loved one, that's a process. That's a process of helping them start to heal. To me, readings are healings. But the best reading you can possibly get is simply asking, what does Spirit want me to know at this time? If you're receiving a psychic message. And of course, a mediumship a reading is a message from a loved one, and the medium should just go right into delivering the message from the loved one. Okay. The sitter, and that's the person receiving the message, has a responsibility as well. The sitter is a person receiving the message. And what we need is confirmation. We're not asking you to give us hints or, the answers, but we need confirmation. For example, I have a young male that has stepped in. He has dark hair, he has dark eyes, and he's wearing brown plaid pajamas, period. I'm going to stop and ask, may I have confirmation? That's all I'm asking, is to give me confirmation on just that one. I'm not looking for any answers other than, yes, that was my grandfather. When you do that, it opens the message wide open. It just starts flowing in. We've made contact. They've acknowledged, I've acknowledged with spirit, and it opens up the message. When you're giving confirmation on only what the reader has given, okay? And like I said, it makes a stronger connection with spirit, which in turn makes the reading open up, and the reader will receive more and more. Okay, so the sitter, the person receiving the message, has an obligation too during this reading to the reader. Because as a sitter, don't look for a mistake. You have to be open for the reading, because what one might think is wrong could be right. And what I mean by that, I have had, when I'm giving messages, I have had sitters come back a week or 6 weeks or even 2 months or longer, giving me confirmation. Like, Marta, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I tell them to write it down. And when they receive confirmation, then please contact me. Because as a medium or as a reader, we need confirmation so that we know we're working with spirit and we're understanding spirit. Like I said, it is always a learning process for us as a reader. And I won't change anything. If I give them something, they go, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm going to leave that with you, write it down, and then get back with me. Because I've had them, oh, Marta, I talked to my aunt like 3 weeks ago, and we started talking about what you mentioned that I didn't understand. So it will come up. It will be brought up. But as a sitter, you have to help the reader too. I'm not saying give them hints or, telling them more than what they've given you. But you have to give them confirmation on what is correct, because that makes the contact. That opens up the whole reading. It just starts flowing in. So they have to trust in spirit as much as we do.
It would be like a domino effect.
It will just all connect. It will just all connect.
I don't mean to interrupt you, and this has never happened before in my life, ever. But I am watching you, and all I see is yellow around you. Yellow.
I have a huge gold aura. I mean, my aura, and that's the energy around us. I actually have a double gold aura. I have this aura, and I have a huge gold aura behind me.
I've never seen an aura before. This is my first time.
Hey, see? Magic. It works, see? You're focused, you're concentrating, and your gift is opening up. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
And see, one of the really cool things that people need to remember, like Marta and I, talk fairly often, and she came up, she's like, who in the world is this Rose person? And one of my like great aunts was hanging out with Marta, driving her absolutely batty. And I had to think back, it was like, well, golly, you know, that's not, I was like, oh my God, that's like an aunt, you know, 3 generations back on my, you know, maternal grandmother's side. And she was out there in Utah hanging out with Marta because I was here cutting up candied fruit with fruitcake to make my Thanksgiving fruitcakes. And she thought it was all cool that I was doing that and doing my witchy stuff and doing a tarot card reading for Marta. You know, so.
Her Aunt Rose. Mm-hmm.
And then Marta's mom comes and wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning when stuff's going down with Marta. So, I mean, we trade relatives all the time. But you also have to receive the messages. It can be the most minute little thing, but it may not be what you want to hear, but it's what spirit needs to say to confirm that that psychic and that medium is telling you that they are connecting with your loved one. You may want to hear, oh, dear departed Johnny is bringing you roses and this and that and the other, and he misses you. But, you know, dear departed Johnny is showing you that he's wearing, you know, Aunt Thelma's wedding ring on a chain around his neck or something like that.
Exactly. Everybody in the chat is wanting to know, they're asking questions, and she said that she would answer everything at the end. So we will make sure we get to all of your questions. Honest to God.
We promise. We promise.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, also, you have to remember during a reading, and I'll kind of piggyback off of what Paula said. When you're receiving a medium reading from a loved one, they can come in at any age. Any age. And I'll give you an example. My great-grandfather, I was 5, and he came in. Of course, at 5, I didn't know. And he passed away about 3 years before I was born. And he came in around the age of 20, 21. When he passed away, he was 67. So they can come in at any age that they want to. When he came in, I didn't find out till many, many years later when I was describing him to my mother. You know, the dark brown hair, the dark brown eyes, the olive skin, but brown plaid pajamas. He owned brown plaid pajamas, probably about 4 or 5 pairs of brown plaid pajamas. Okay, we all want to hear from our loved ones, and I can sit here and tell you, oh, they really miss you and they love you mucho, mucho, but you really want confirmation that it is them. I mean, we want to hear that they love us, and that's, of course, and we miss them, but you want confirmation. And for me to tell Mom this, the confirmation was the brown plaid pajamas. Like, I'm just the messenger. I didn't know any of this, but she did. And that's how they present themselves, spirit. He knew my mom would recognize those brown plaid pajamas. And another time, I was sitting at my computer, and all of a sudden it was like someone put a hot steaming cup of coffee right underneath my nose. I mean, the steam was going up my nose, but what was significant about it, it was really sweet, sweet, sweet. Like they put a lot of sugar in it. So again, I go in and I tell my mom, I'm sitting there, and if someone put a hot steaming cup of coffee underneath my nose, but it was super, super sweet. And again, she goes, that was Papa, her grandfather. And he always put 4 cubes of sugar in his coffee. He really liked it sweet. So when you receive a message, a mediumship message, that's the kind of confirmation that you want. They'll like the brown plaid pajamas or the hot steaming cup of coffee. We all drink coffee, but he liked his super, super sweet. It's like that, and of course, we'll tell you that they love you, but you want that really, really definite confirmation. Or they'll show me a piece of jewelry, has diamonds around it and has the emerald, and you wear it on your pinky ring, on your pinky finger. You get these specific messages for your sitter to recognize. That's what you want from a medium. Like I said, you have your fake mediums, and of course you're missing your loved one that's passed away, and of course they love you mucho, mucho. And that's wonderful and that's beautiful, but that isn't really telling them this is spirit. This is your grandfather. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the brown plaid pajamas, the
Right.
sweet, sweet coffee, the pinky ring that I feel that your grandmother gave you with the diamonds and the emerald that sits in it, but it just fits on your pinky ring, and she maybe gave it to you on your birthday. That's what you want to hear. That's a solid mediumship reading. And then I'll give you all the love at the end. All the kisses and hugs and the roses. But I like when you make that contact, that's what you want to hear. You want to make sure that that is spirit. And remember, again, spirit can come in at any age. Also, a myth with reading is they say that you have to wait a year. If someone passes away, you have to wait a whole year to get a reading. That is not true. I've received readings within 3 to 4 hours of someone passing.
Wow.
So some mediums will say you have to wait a year to receive a message. That is a myth. I can receive them within 3 to 4 hours after their passing.
And when you receive them 3 to 4 hours after their passing, like you said, they could be a completely different age. Say my mom at 77 could be back in her 20s.
Mm-hmm. That's how my mom comes in. Because now and then a friend says, oh, your mom's here. She's like 25 and she's wearing lingerie. I know it's her. Because she loves Fredericks of Hollywood, and that drove me nuts. So she'll come in just to annoy me in lingerie. So, and see, they'll still jest because she knows that annoyed me. Just to poke at me. So they still carry their personality. They still have their personality, how they come across. One lady I was reading for her mother, and when she talked, she always pursed her lips. And she made herself laugh. So she cracked herself up. So she pursed her lips, and she's trying to talk, and she started laughing at what she was going to say. So you can take on their personality too. You sense their personality.
So a medium can take on their personality. Is that what you're saying?
You can, yes, you can feel it, or you can see it. Again, the empath, or the clairvoyant. You're seeing it. Like I saw her, and she was pursing her lips. When she talked, she pursed her lips. But she started giggling because she's going to tell a story, and she started laughing at herself. She tickled herself. So when you can add, we all receive different. Like I said, we're all like snowflakes. But this is what you want from a reading. You want that spirit to come in with their personality and come in with maybe, like I said, brown plaid pajamas or the hot steaming coffee or a piece of jewelry that was given to you. Sometimes they come in and they know that you're retiling the floor. And so I've been retiling it all week. And they're like, how did you know? Because Spirit's there. They're recognizing what you're doing. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with us telling you that they send a bunch of love and, you know, kudos or kisses, but I like when I can make it solid, when I can tell you about them,
Right.
their favorite food. I had one, his favorite was eating cherry pie filling. Cherry pie filling. And I was telling a mother because she lost her son. And immediately she knew it was him because he would just open a can of cherry pie filling and eat it. Just eat it straight out of the can, straight out of the can. And you just have to really realize when you give them something like that, you know, there's nothing more rewarding as a reader to be able to give that to a mother, to a father, to a sister, to a brother. And see, we are just the messenger. I don't know his favorite thing is cherry pie filling. I just say, he's showing me cherry pie filling. Oh, that's his favorite. You know, that's his favorite. So it helps with the process, like, oh, they're communicating with me. It helps with the healing process.
Now, Marta,
That they're okay on the other side.
well, when you do your messenger, do you have to have like a picture or an object of somebody to feel their spirit?
I don't. If I'm on the phone with them, I can usually pick it right up. But I do, based on my schedule, you know, usually readings a week to 2 weeks away. I do like to get different pictures. I'll ask for 3 or 4 different pictures of just them in the picture. And I start focusing and studying on that spirit, on that picture. As far as in person, what you're talking about as far as an object, we call that psychometry. So if someone came to me for a reading, and let's say they're a little nervous or they're sitting there, you know, because some of them, you know, they got an attitude and they're testing you or their legs are crossing, I'll ask for an earring or a ring of theirs. And then I'll take it and I'll place it between my hands and I'll read the energy off of it. So they can sit over there and do whatever they want to do, the sitter, but I have their energy now and I will give them a reading off an object that's came off of them personally. That's called psychometry. It's wonderful, actually. Mm-hmm. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I love this stuff. I love it.
You know, there's so much to the spirit world. And you know, like I had to write notes because Paula knows me. I can carry on 18 different conversations. So I have to keep right, Paula? So I have to keep focused because I can branch off of this in so many different directions. And like I said, this is just the basics and what you should look for. But I do like receiving a picture. I do my readings on the phone. I can do my readings like this. I can do them through an email. You can send me an email. I would like a reading. And I'll just send you the reading back in an email without anything.
Wow.
But I like printing them out. I like printing out the pictures and then I'll start the reading before the scheduled date and I'll start writing it on the back of the picture. And a lot of times, a lot of psychics and mediums will clear out their space after they do a reading, but I let them hang out.
Do you?
I let them stay as long as they want. I let them stay as long as they want. Now, when they're starting to wake me up at 3 or 4 in the morning, it's like, okay, guys,
Knock it off.
that's enough. They're poking you, tugging, it's like, okay, or they're in the kitchen moving stuff. It doesn't scare me because I know they're good. I stay in the light. I keep my home cleansed. I say my protection prayers. And that's going to be a whole different topic about protection, because I cannot emphasize on that enough.
Protection.
On protection. Me being, when I do my readings, being a healer, when I tap into you to start the healing, to start the reading, I'll do a 10 to 15 minute healing just before I start the reading. And this helps me clear their aura, see if there's any attachments or anything that can make me sick. One of my pet peeves is if you're high, you're not going to get that reading. Because I can see it, I can taste it, and I can feel it. And it can make us sick. If you're practicing in the dark side, my spirit guide, over the years, I built up this protection. They will shut that reading down, like right now.
Wow.
They will stop my reading. And I'll tell them, this is what you need to do before I proceed with your reading, because I can get deathly ill. A lot of new readers become sick because they receive their first reading and they think they're a professional and they start doing readings on anybody and everybody. And they haven't learned to clear. They haven't learned to, clear or to test the waters prior to giving this reading. And believe it or not, they maybe last 3 to 4 months and they shut down because they're physically and mentally ill. So it's so important to go through the steps prior to delivering messages. We can get sick.
Right.
And I've seen it. I was telling Paula, there is a seasoned medium, and sometimes, they get relaxed. But what happened is she moved into a home in Florida. It was a really old home. I think it was like in the 1800s. There was a woman that died in that home that practiced the dark side. She was a dark witch. She practiced the dark. She even sacrificed her daughter for this. Okay. So here is Bella sitting at the table, moved into this home. She didn't cleanse the home. She didn't cleanse it, or how can I say, feel and make sure there wasn't anything in this home. So when she was sitting down doing her readings, you're an open book. You're just like a huge open channel, because we open to receive. And that spirit, that the dark witch, slipped right in. So I was looking, and she's a seasoned psychic medium, but she wasn't taught correctly. These are the steps. You have to go through steps before you even begin to give readings, period. Or you're going to ask for trouble. And I had to find a demonologist in northern Georgia. And I got a hold of one for her, and her name was Rita. And she told me that most attachments or exorcisms or whatever are on readers.
Wow.
Because they have not learned the proper steps in building up. You just don't jump from, not receiving. You get your first message, like I said, and they jump right into it. and start doing readings and you don't know what you're doing as far as the sitter. You know, you have to be able to view them, to feel them, make sure they have no attachments. But most of them are readers that she has to go in and remove.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, and you know, this goes for sitters too. You know, sitters, you know, protect yourself prior to reading. Like I said, really, really do research on your readers prior to getting a reading, because you can get sick too and you can get attachments. We had somebody in group, she's one of my admin, and she was helping one of our members, and she was talking to her, setting up a reading with me. And sure enough, one of these the person, the admin she was working with, the member, one of the spirits that followed her around slipped in and went into her home. And then my admin called me the next day and she goes, Marta, it smells really bad in here. And she told me that she had just told me she talked to this person the night before and was setting up a reading, and the girl was telling her problems. And my admin, she's not a reader, she's new, slipped right in and went right into her house. And she said it's like a rotting flesh smell. It's not a good smell if you smell that.
I've smelt that in my mom's house.
Oh, well, you need to clean that.
I sold the house. I moved the hell out of Dodge.
So, you know, you really have to, you know, take the time. I know you get real excited. You receive your first message, but you really have to go through the proper steps so you can remain being that great reader. Because I've met so many readers and they've jumped right into it without knowing anything, and they are done within 3 to 4 months because they're sick. They're sick because, like I said, you know, some of them are led with ego. Others with, they don't want to go through the proper steps. They just want to hurry up and get that reading. So there is a proper way of doing it. And it's beneficial that you do go through those proper steps.
Absolutely.
In protecting you. In protecting
I don't know why
yourself.
people wouldn't do that.
You know, it's you know, when a reader receives their first message, it is exciting. And you know, you want to share it because it's a beautiful gift. There is nothing better than being a messenger, than being a reader. I mean, it's beautiful. Patience is the key. You have to be patient with your development because it will end as quick as you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, for us too, you know, the sitter too, you know, when you're about to get a reading from a reader, just do a little, you know, a little maintenance on yourself. You can put a cross on, you can say a prayer of protection, call on Archangel Michael. There are steps for a sitter as well as a reader to protect yourself, because anything can slip. But there's a lot of entities that don't cross over that are bad, and the reason they don't cross over is because they believe in Judgment Day. Well, I'm not going over there. So they stay. And when they stay on the earth plane and they don't cross over, they remain that bad person, even in spirit. So I mean, and they will prey on people. Let's see, even if you're suffering from depression, or if you're a drinker, if you do drugs, you are a huge target. Huge target. I mean, So, like I said, there's so much to it. And like I said, I can branch off in 20 different directions for days on our spiritual world. But
Okay.
for
Um,
now,
so my question to you is, well, I
uh-huh.
have amongst 100 of them, but I'll just be easy on you tonight, Marta. I'll be easy on you. My question is, you've got yourself protected, but if they're coming at you at 3 o'clock in the morning, how do you make them shut off without coming to you?
Uh,
Do you want
well,
me to
like
tell
Paula
them?
mentioned,
home.
you tell them
I
to
say,
knock it
fuck
off.
off.
You tell them to knock it off. I I had one that has followed me for the last 4 years, and he's a door knocker. He knocks on my doors, and finally, I always bring this up to Paula, but finally I said, okay, that's it. That's it. Because my neighbors think I'm crazy because I'm answering the back door. Hello? Hello? And I'm asking, did you hear that? No, Marta, we didn't hear that. So they like to knock, or they like to flick my fingers when I'm sleeping. They'll thump, thump, thump. Oh, yeah. So I didn't challenge it, but in a way I did. And this is what I said to it. I said, okay, that's it. From now on, knock once for a yes and twice for a no. Because before I would just get up and open the door wherever it was knocking. So now I confronted it. It wasn't a bad spirit. It was just messing with me. And as soon as I confronted it like that, okay, from now on, we're going to do a yes and no. And then I started asking it questions. And you know what? It hasn't knocked on the door since. You know what? When you're protecting yourself, you also, you're you're also setting the guidelines. You know who's allowed in and who's not allowed.
So,
And
do you know who these spirits are that are doing this?
well, like Paula mentioned, her Aunt Rose was here, her great Aunt Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these are from readings. And like I said, I let them hang around, and I don't recommend that for any new reader or intermediate reader. Um, but I let them, because I know they're good. They come of the light. They're good. They're pure. So I do let some I do know, some I know are from readings. The door knocker just followed me from Las Vegas. I figure it was a neighbor that passed away that decided they're going to move with me. So some of them, yes, some of them, no. Like Paula said, her aunt just came in and, she hung out with me for a while. My mom was hanging out with Paula for a while. They can be, like I said, most of them are from my readings, and I let them hang around. But when they, keep me awake, then it's like, okay, guys, knock it off, out, out, out. And usually they'll come in the kitchen. I hear them moving stuff around. I go, that's it. That's it.
That is
But
crazy. Crazy,
you get
crazy.
used to it. I think if you were new, it would scare the daylights out of you, but
Yeah.
you get used to it. And I figure, I let them go on their way when they're ready. And sometimes they hang around and they have little tidbits more of a message for me to give
So,
to
do
the,
any of them
from the
come to
original.
you in dire need to get a hold of somebody, or
Mm-hmm,
they do?
mm-hmm.
And what do you do in
I
that
had,
case when you don't know who they're trying to get a hold of?
well, I'll give you an example. I used to belong to this site. It was called the Orb. And there's psychics, mediums, paranormal investigators, demonologists, a whole array of people. And I hadn't been on the site for about 2 years. I just kind of moved away from it. And all of a sudden I get this spirit, and I knew it was a female. You need to go to the Orb. You need to go to the Orb. No, I don't want to go to the Orb. because all chaos. It was chaos in there. And I said, no. And they are very persistent when they want you to do something. They don't care if it's morning, noon, or night, 24/7. They will continue until you do it.
Wow.
So she bugged me for about 24 hours. I'm like, fine, I'm going in. I'm going to the orb. I'm going to the site. Like, leave me alone. I'm going in. So I went, and then she wanted me to go into the chat room. I go, no, I don't want to go in the chat room. No, yes, go in the chat room. Go in the chat room. Go in the chat room. So I went into the chat room, and there was like 6 people sitting in there. And I was looking at the names in the chat room, and one in particular stood out. It was Jackie. Stood out, and I'm like, it must be for her. So I waited a couple of days because I just like to fill it out. I just like to fill things out, and so I went in every night, and then it was her birthday 2 days later, and I didn't know that. I waited a couple of days, and I sent her a private message. I don't come into a room and say, I'm a medium. I don't do that. I don't put it out there. So I sent her a private message, and I said, may I give you a message? She's never had a message before, ever. And she hesitated. There's a long pause, and I thought, okay, either they're going to attack me or agree. So she agreed, and I told her that I had a spirit with me, a female, a mother figure, and I see everything packed up in boxes and trash bags, but there's one thing that hangs in your closet, and it is a green dress that you have not packed away. There is a green dress. She was silent for about 5 minutes, and I'm sitting there waiting.
Ooh.
And waiting. They can either accept, you always ask permission to give a reading. You just don't walk up to somebody and start giving a reading. You have to have permission to enter their space. If they say no, then you have to respect that. So she finally responded, and she said, I sat on my bed yesterday, and I had my mother's green dress, and I had it spread out on the bed, and all I did was cry. Because she had lost her mom like 4 months before that. Again, here is confirmation. I knew about the green dress. Spirit told me about the green dress. It was the only item she hadn't packed up, and it hung in her closet. And see, that's letting her know Mom was here.
Amazing.
Mom was here.
What a beautiful story.
And that helped her with the healing. Readings are healings. I don't care how you look at them. They're always a process in some form of healing. Bottom line. And I call myself a healer first and foremost.
Well, that is for healing. Yes. I mean, that's a beautiful story. You probably love that woman more than you'll ever know.
Oh yeah, and we've been friends for 8 years since. We're friends. I usually befriend all of the ones that I have ever given a reading to stay in contact with them, see how they're doing, how their healing process is, and maybe they want another reading later on. But that is the most, like I said, there is nothing more rewarding than to deliver a message like that.
That is so sweet.
I can't think of anything better.
My gosh.
Than that. So
I've got Paula here being my little secretary, answering all the.
I'm trying to answer some of the questions. Because there's a whole bunch of questions in here tonight. I mean,
okay, let's do these questions.
Secretary.
I'm ready.
I know that several people have asked whether or not you've gotten any impressions from family members of folks that are in the chat. You know, if you've received any kind of messages tonight while you've been here. I don't know if you've opened yourself up or not. I didn't think you probably did, but.
No, I haven't opened myself because just like we talk how busy it gets in here with the spirits that I let hang out, I would never get even a chance to give you guys any information because they would start in on me. They would. So no, I haven't opened up for readings tonight.
It would literally like being hit by a tidal wave, a psychic tidal wave almost.
And you know what?
That's understandable.
Some of them don't wait in line. I mean, they're cutting in line. And, you know, I have to tell them, stop it. You would hear me talking to them, telling them to behave and get in single file and wait their turn. But that's what you would see me doing, is interacting with spirit, trying to get them to behave because they're trying to. So I didn't open tonight. Maybe another night I can sit here and do readings for everybody. But tonight I didn't because I really wanted to emphasize on a little bit of the spirit world, how to look for a reader and a psychic.
Well, would you be open to doing that one of these evenings? On a Friday evening?
Yes, I would be open to that.
Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and schedule it? I know these people would love it. And we can schedule it down the road. We'll get together.
Yes, down the road.
Yes.
One of the questions came from Chrissy Tina 2018. And she asked, if a child dies very young, can they give messages?
Yes, I have. Actually, the last reading I did, I was giving a lady a reading. She had lost her daughter. And I was shown an infant. And the infant was sitting up. She was about 4 months old in how he was presented himself. But what I found out is her daughter, not the one that passed away, the one that was still on the earth plane, she had lost her little boy 7 months pregnant. So he came in. I didn't see what her other grandchildren looked like. I just described him. He had dark hair and like black hair and blue eyes. And she goes, my other daughter lost her baby boy when she was 7 months pregnant. And I've given readings of a 4-month-old that passed away. And they used to play country and Western music. It would soothe him. So I was telling them that they would play, I cannot think of that country male artist, but they always played him. I knew at the time his name. It just went out the window. But I knew that they played that song and he would always calm him from that country and Western artist. And I just did want an 8-month-old that passed away. And beautiful baby. Beautiful. What a great, soft, beautiful soul these babies are. And I identified she used to call him her little Chinaman. And I told her that I keep seeing a little Chinaman. And she goes, that's what I used to call him, my little Chinaman.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yes, I can do babies. It's, you know, it really, I'm getting choked up. Babies I get really choked up with the babies, but it's beautiful to be able to give that message to a mom or a father or a grandma that's lost a baby.
Yeah. So, and Joyride, Joyride asked if you ever work cold cases, like with police departments. Okay. That was an easy one, wasn't it?
Well, this is the thing. As a hobby, I have a group on Facebook, and it's mysteries, murders, and missing people. I love doing that on the side. I like doing the missing person. I love doing it. The thing with that is not every police station approves,
Yeah.
and to get their attention, to give them our information, that's tough. Some do work with psychic and mediums, and some don't. I did a case out of Scotland, and this little boy's been missing for like 40 years. And I came across this picture, and it just came flowing in. I know everything that happened to him. I know who took him. I know where this guy worked, but I cannot get that detective attention to give him that information. If I can give him that information, it would be great. We even posted, on Facebook, you have yard sales right in your area. I had the sister to the little boy's best friend make a post, and I was looking for a mason that laid bricks, but he did it by hand, and he did it the old-fashioned way, and he's the only one that did river rock. So I had her post that, and within 15 minutes we had a hit.
Wow.
And I have all this information, but I cannot get the detective's attention. So the answer is yes, and I love doing them. It's getting them to cooperate, the FBI or the detectives, to work with us. Some of them believe and some of them don't. And I still have all this information and still trying to give it to the detective after 2 years.
And
so yes,
Red Road
yeah,
Runner.
I love doing them.
Yeah, Red Road Runner wanted to know, they wonder about infants. Can they come back older?
Oh, yes, they can come back in. You mean when they come in for a reading?
For a reading? Mm-hmm.
Yes, they can come in any age. Like I said, any spirit can come in at any age. Yes, they can.
Okay. And I will tell you, I have been dropping your email, your byospirit@gmail email to people in the chat. A lot of people are asking about, getting readings and stuff like that, and hiring you for readings. So you may be getting some emails.
Okay, just make sure in the subject field they put reading, and I don't, it's not spam. Because if I don't recognize, just they can put Marta reading in the subject field, and that way I'll pay attention to it. Because I have like over 1,000 some messages in my email. So, but they can also find us on Facebook under BYO Spirit Mediumship and Psychic Readings. We have BYO Spirit and Everything Paranormal, and we have the BYO Spirit Community as well.
Okay, and Tilly May asked, okay, go ahead. Are you making the big announcement now?
Well, go ahead. Throw one more question out. And then
One more question.
My big announcement out.
Okay, Tilly May asks if you can participate in this if you are a Christian.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. There are a lot of verses in the Bible that have to do with these gifts that I mentioned. And if she would like a copy of those, I would be more than happy to forward those to her.
Okay.
As a reader, as a psychic, as a medium, you have to stay in the light. You have to stay pure, and you have to stay in the light. Do all readers know? Because a lot of them, not a lot, some of them like to dabble with the dark because they're feeling this empowerment. Like I said, that ego takes a hold of them. We had one reader where she liked to play with the dark side. And we had to separate, right, Paula? We had to separate ourselves from her because she played with the dark side. I mean, just, so absolutely. They have spiritual churches. When I lived in Las Vegas, I used to attend the spiritual churches. And basically what their sermon is for the day is how to make yourself a better person. And then we would do healings, and then we would do readings. you know, as long as you stay in the light and you stay pure, it's all good. But I can forward you all the verses in the Bible that have to do with the different gifts. It's in the Bibles. It's in the Old Testament and the New Testament. Absolutely.
Wow.
It's not taboo. It's a gift from God. I mean, I'm the messenger. I'm just the messenger from my higher self.
Paula, can you put your the email for Marta in there? A lot of people are asking.
Sure enough.
For it. Everybody, like Marta said, she would do readings, but in the email, make sure that you put reading in the subject line. And we're going to get her on. You said next time you would ask for me. Who are you? She said that she would come back here further down the line and come in and do some readings also. So I want y'all to go to their YouTube channel. This is the one right here. I'm going to post it. Go over there. Make sure you show them some love. Hit that button and also the bell. They've got some great content in there. Let's see. Let's do a couple more and then we're out of here. Let's tell the big announcement.
Marta's got an announcement.
Yes.
I have an announcement. If you would like to learn more about the afterlife, I am having a study group on the 5th of March. Everyone needs to be enrolled by the 1st of March. And we will have, can we put the information in the contents on YouTube?
I will.
And the information will be posted. Thank you, Paula. And the class is titled Journey of the Afterlife. Now, this is 6 weeks long, and the class will be held twice a week. And I offer that not only here in the United States, I offer it also for the time zones of Australia, the UK, and Africa, because I have some clients in Africa. So I will be holding 2 different time frames. So everybody will have the opportunity to take this class. And we're offering this class for $35, which is a special for, what should I say?
For her professionalism.
Well, you know, a class like this would probably cost $300 or more.
Yep.
And we're not, you know, out, you know, to do it. But this is a special price, and, you know, for the group, for the uberlady.
This is a special price
group.
to you guys. I am taking the class. And I would like you all to take the class with me.
Yeah, so, Uber was the #1 student that signed up when we talked to her about it. And this is something that Marta has done in the past, and she normally charges a lot, you know, more than this for that class. But because Uber has been so wonderful, and because you guys have been so loving and wonderful, and helped our channel grow so much in the last month. There's only space for 15 to manage this go round. But then there's going to be additional like series. So this is like the foundational class, so that you can learn all about the like afterlife and the levels of the afterlife, and how, you know, you come back into a human vessel and everything. Then there's going to be another series that'll teach person how to, you know, get in contact with their spirit guides and such. And then, you know, later on we'll address protection, and then how to actually develop your gift, be it, you know, as a psychic, as a medium, as, you know, an empath, as a healer, whatever it is.
Yep. I highly recommend this. I think it's going to be wonderful.
And I'm going to
It's a
drop a
great
video
class.
tomorrow morning or right after this. I'm going to be rendering it right after this. So it'll post tomorrow morning that will have all the details about the class and how to sign up and everything.
So everybody,
It's
I'm sorry, Marta. Everybody, make sure you
oh no,
go
that's
to their
okay.
website. Post it, Chaos. Everybody go there, sign up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes.
It's a great class. It's going to be a series of 4 classes. And when we get to the 4th class, then the 5th won't actually be a class. You'll be at a point where I will teach you how to give a message, and your accuracy will be in the 90 percentile, but you will be protected. None of that stuff I was telling you that happens. That's a process. That's a learning. And there's so many steps to get there. And I hope everybody joins. It's going to be a great class with continuing education.
Well, right now,
Afterwards, in
Spirit
the
Wolf said
proper
she's
way.
joining. Jerry Lynn said she's going to be joining. Lavender said the link I posted doesn't exist. Hi, I love you too, guys. Well, that's not right. What the hell? Chaos, can you post that link, honey? The link is for their website. And what'll happen is you go to the website and she's going to have all the information in a video downloaded. So give it a day and then go in and do that. Well, Lavender, that's the story of my life. My links never. My links never work. I don't know what
Chaos
the hell.
Chaos has you covered.
Chaos. That's what I'm doing,
Paula,
babe.
get it posted.
There we go.
Just make sure everybody's registered by the 1st, because the class starts on the 5th, and we'll have the times for the different time zones. And Paula will take care of that. Right, Paula?
You got it. I will start rendering the video just as soon as we sign off.
Okay, somebody wants to know, this is the last question. Does the guest also speak to animals and passed on pets?
Yes, I do readings on animals as well.
There you go, guys. You know what? I want to thank my special guests, Miss Paula and Marta, for coming in. Remember, the classes start March 1st. You have to be signed up by March 1st. I'm sorry. And I don't know why, because I'm copying right off of her. That's weird. I'm going to be tweeting the link. They said it's broken, but I don't know. I'm going to click on it here real quick and see if it works for me. Hang on. Yeah, it says it's not working.
Kaylee, for right now, we're going to do 15. And because we're putting our toes in the water of the YouTube world. And, it seems like from your reaction that you guys are like really enthusiastic about it. So maybe we can talk Marta into doing another set of classes here, in another couple of months. And I know some people said that, they couldn't afford it right now. So
yeah, definitely.
That's fine. Yes, that's fine. Absolutely. I'm excited. And it's good energy coming out of that room.
There you go, guys. Try that one. I just copied it off of theirs. Yeah, you guys. Yes, it's $35 per class. I am doing it. I want you guys to make sure that I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I can't hardly wait. So make sure that link there is working. I'm going to go ahead and also post a link on Twitter. And make sure that you, well, Chaos, let me see. Oh, no pizza drama again. Okay, everybody. I want to thank my guests. I'm ADD. Sorry, Marta. I don't know if she warned you about me or not.
Thank you for having me. I really
Oh,
appreciate it. I had a
I want
great
to thank
time.
you. I just love Paula to death, and I'm so happy I got to meet you.
Yes, I've heard nothing but good.
Oh, well,
Nothing
that's a
but good
good
about
thing.
you. Mhm.
Okay. Well, everybody, Paula, I love you to death, darling.
I love you too,
Mhm.
Uber.
And I want to thank everybody for coming in. And
Yes,
make
thank
sure
you.
that you go to their channel, hit that love button, hit that smash up button, and make sure that you I'm talking to you, baby. I'm talking to you. And you have a great night. Show them some love, and I will be posting everything on Twitter. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Girls, if you could stay on here with me a little bit, I would greatly
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm